always on the go, but the day just won't be one without your Hollywood fix. Let Golden State Media Concepts Entertainment Podcast take care of that. Jordan and Keith is Entertainment Tonight meets Access Hollywood.
I'm Jordan. The guy laughing, that's Keith.
Yeah, I'm Keith.
An all-inclusive look of pop culture.
Switching back into each other's normal bodies, it's the Golden State Media Concepts Entertainment Podcast with
Jordan
and Keith.
There you go.
There we go.
That's what's up. Yes. Entertainment is upon us.
Entertainment is upon us.
And there's so much of it as always. As always. We are delighted to bring you some good entertainment news.
Yeah, I am. I definitely am. It just feels like a good day for entertainment, you know? Some days I wake up in bed and I'm like, I don't feel like getting entertained today, you know? I put my sleeping mask back on. I immediately unplug my Wi-Fi. I don't even want to be tempted to be entertained. I just want to commit it. But today it's different. Today
Gotcha.
I was reading up on what Mila LaBeouf was doing and
Mila LaBeouf.
and Ashton Hemingway, and I just had a lot of fun today. I just started reading up, you know?
I hear you, man. I hear you.
And while we weren't originally going to do shows this week, well, because we woke up on an entertainment side of bed, we decided to throw one together and just really come at you guys with another episode of Entertainment Podcast.
There it is.
This one's special, though, right, Keith?
Yeah, so aren't they all special?
Oh, no, absolutely not. I think most of them are just
oh, no, they're all
the
special.
opposite of special.
They're all special. Extraordinary.
But you say that, but then you have an episode like this, and it makes all the rest of them put to shame, look like dirt.
Sure it does. Sure it does. Well, starting off.
Can I say why this one's special before we break it into
why
it?
is it so special,
all right,
Jordan?
I'm glad that you asked. Thank you, Keith. The reason that this show is so special, I think it goes beyond anything we've ever done. It's the simple fact that this is our 20th episode. That's right. This is the same. This episode has the same amount of how do I deliver this really punching line? We've had as many shows as we've had years on this earth. Both of us, Keith, right?
Oh, yeah, I can dig it. Yeah, definitely.
Us both being 20-year-old somethings.
Yeah.
You know,
I like that.
trying to make it in the
Sounds
Big
good to me.
Apple.
Oh, yeah, the Big Apple. That's some wrong coast, baby.
I don't know where we're located, honestly. I've made a lot of guesses.
So
in
we're
the
no
past.
longer in the slumps of Barcelona.
No,
Are we
no.
in the hills of New Zealand?
Hills in New Zealand. Yeah, it's really hard to say where we're in. I throw a dart at a map, and I hope that's where I'm living right now.
Right.
But, yeah.
Wouldn't it be nice to have that kind of money where you could just do that? You just like,
One
where do I want
day.
to live this year?
That's why we got to keep doing this podcast, make all that podcasting money, you know?
Yeah, right? The big bucks. The
big
big bucks.
bucks.
BB. Yes.
I digress. We have just the most amazing show because it's 20. Do you want to start off with our...
Sure, I sure will. Up to bat. Let's do it. So, Zoe Kravitz joins Harry Potter spinoff Fantastic Beasts. That's right, folks.
What has Zoe Kravitz ever done?
She's a great actress. She is in Mad Max.
Mad Max.
She's also in the X-Men
Was she the
movie.
star of Mad Max?
She's a co-star in Mad Max. She's been around for a minute. You know, she's an actress. She's also the famous daughter or offspring of Lisa Bonet from The Cosby Show, who's now on Ray Donovan this season. Yes.
So Lisa Bonet's on Ray Donovan?
Yes, this season. Yes.
Is Ray Donovan good?
Oh, boy, is it, bro.
We're in entertainment. I should know that already.
Boy, is it.
So
Ray
give it a
Donovan
chance?
Is dope. Yes.
Okay.
Liev Schreiber kills it.
I've heard. I read an interview.
Yeah, and Jonathan Voight, forget about it.
Jonathan Voight?
Yes, as Mickey Donovan.
Yeah,
he deserves a few Emmys for that, bro. Yeah, that show was that's Showtime's strongest show to me right now. Ray Donovan is amazing. It's a great show, very dark and very tasteful.
Yeah, you guys check out Ray Donovan. Maybe 50% of the audience, our co-host here, are loving it.
Yeah, so you need to check that out. But I digress. But yeah, so that's her mom, Lisa Bonet, who's also famous for playing Denise Huxtable on The Cosby Show. Mm-hmm. We all loved Denise back in the day.
We definitely, yeah.
You know, she kind of has a famous dad. You might have heard of the guy, Lenny Kravitz, rock star. That's all.
Who's Lenny Kravitz?
Yeah, pretty cool entertainer, musician. Yeah, you know.
Lenny Kravitz?
That's her father. Yeah.
Well, that would explain that whole last name junk they've been doing.
Yeah, so she's acting. She's doing a lot of good supporting roles. So she's going to be in Fantastic Beasts.
Which is a big deal.
Yeah, it is. This also stars Eddie Redmayne, Catherine Waterston, Ezra Miller, and Alison Sudol. This is set in New York 70 years before the events of Harry Potter. So I guess it's kind of like a prequel to Harry Potter. So, which is interesting. So this movie will be coming out soon. So, yeah.
And it's a huge deal.
Yeah.
Now, if you're a fan of America, who isn't a fan of America? Apple pie, baseball.
They never say blueberry pie. Or cheesecake. But go ahead.
Is cheesecake an American thing? Did we make cheesecake?
I don't know, but I love it.
I think apple pie. It's just because it's kind of our brand.
No,
because honestly, not a lot of people are into baseball. Say like American football.
Yeah.
Apple
pie is
if we had an updated version, I'd say it'd be American football, and it would be blueberry pie. I'm also a huge fan of blueberries.
Oh, yeah, blueberry pie is dope.
Yeah, it's super good.
I feel you, man. We're going to get distracted again. Oops,
we don't want to go on any tangents right now. Don't get us wrong.
I'm a little hungry. Yeah, go ahead.
You want to talk about food for another couple
I know, right? I know.
Yeah, but so Zoe Kravitz. So this is going to be the Harry Potter set in America. This has made a lot of people frustrated on the internet, as everything makes everybody frustrated on the internet.
Once again, it's a prequel, though, so it's not Harry Potter. It's 70 years before Harry Potter.
Yeah.
So it's a prequel. So, put it in that context. Don't hate on it. Get ready to enjoy this. Looks like it follows Newt Scamander, who's Eddie Redmayne. A magizoologist. That's a new word. Okay. Who ventures into
magical zoo animals.
Basically.
Yeah, or magical animals. Yeah.
Who ventures into a secret community of witches and wizards, of course, and he tries to document all the magical creatures that he sees, of course. And his book eventually is used at Hogwarts, where Harry Potter attends school. So I guess he lays down the foundation for that school.
So that's very cool. Yeah, he's helping. He makes his own book that becomes very popular.
Right. So now Zoe's role is unknown at this time, but it should be big, and we're excited for her because she's been around a while. She's
earned this, yeah. And if you people that love Zoe Kravitz and you're just thinking, finally, a new piece of work to just devour because I love her so much, she's also going to be in another show that you guys should check out. It's Big Little Lies, not Pretty Little Liars, Big Little Lies, and that's going to be with Nicole Kidman, Reese Witherspoon, and Shailene Woodley on HBO. So she's also going to be in a Sony film, Rock That Body. And she's doing good. She's taken off.
And she's also a recording artist. Her group is called Lola Wolf. Wolf. Yeah.
God, man.
So she's an enterprising, creative young lady. So we're happy. We're excited for her. Hey, like I said, she's her own person doing her own career. She's not asking mommy and daddy for nothing. She's doing her thing. So I think that's cool.
Absolutely. And, I could say that she's the Lenny Kravitz of the movie world.
Listen to you.
Yeah.
Listen to you. So, yeah.
Essential.
So we're excited. But I am looking forward to seeing Fantastic Beasts now, especially now that I know the background, that it's the prequel to Harry Potter. Now I want to see how it all plays out. So I think that's pretty cool. I'm excited, and I'm looking forward to seeing what this does for her. This may give her even more big roles. So, you definitely want to see her grow and do more things. So we're excited for you, Zoe. And, your mom's killing it on Ray Donovan, so you're going to have to come with it now. So she's back in the game again. So
Definitely. And if any of you guys like Green Day, as many people that love Zoe Kravitz do like Green Day, come hand in hand like baseball and apple pie. Green Day just released a new single called Bang Bang. And they're expected to have a new album to debut on October 7th.
That's exciting.
Yeah, it's going to be really exciting. It's going to be called Revolution Radio.
All right. I want to hear it, definitely.
Yeah.
I got love for Green Day. Like I said, when we did those reviews, well, that's another podcast.
That's another podcast, yeah. But
we're
pro Green Bay.
Definitely.
Did I say Green Bay? But yeah, you guys get the picture.
Green Day.
We're fans.
If you're from Wisconsin, you're pro Green Bay.
Yeah, no. Wisconsin's, they pronounce Green Day Green Bay. Did you know that?
No, they don't.
Originally, if you go to any other state, it's the Green Day Packers. But in Wisconsin, they get a little tricky with their B's and D's.
He's lying.
I am. I'm lying. It's true.
What else you got for me, sir? Well, that was my take. What you got for me? Entertainment. So
there's a few things to look forward to. First, can I get into something that I'm mad about, and a lot of other people are mad about?
What's that?
So Mr. Frank Ocean.
Yeah.
The Frank Ocean, yeah. So you know
Channel
what I'm about to
Orange,
say, right?
baby. Pink Matter. Rich kids. A tornado flew around my room before you came. That Frank Ocean?
Yeah, that Frank Ocean.
Yeah.
So he was going to release his newest album this week or last week, right? And it was all announced he was going to release the album. It was going to be exclusively on Apple Music. That's something I'm signed up for. So I was really excited about this thing. Now, apparently, when the day happened, though, the album didn't drop. There was nothing. It just didn't happen. It didn't drop. And people were getting very mad. It was trending anger at Frank Ocean. This is apparently the second time this has happened.
You're playing with your emotions.
He was going to release the album back last year, around the same time, but they had to postpone it. So it has been a lot of build up right now. And there's even a website that you can go on that will text you the instant Frank Ocean drops his new album. So
you're a big Frank Ocean fan? You like his first album?
I'm a big Frank. I love that album. I play it a lot.
Good album. I like Channel Orange.
It's good It's good mood music,
Yeah, it's a different type of record. I like it a lot. I like the Rich Kid song.
It's just there's so much to like about it.
The whole album is pretty good, and I love the track with Andre 3000.
Oh man, I could say everything about that album I loved it. I'd give it a 10 if I could.
Yeah, no, he did a good job with that album. But the problem is that's his first full-length solo record, so now he has to make sure he doesn't fall into that sophomore slump.
Oh yeah,
so
I've got faith in my man Frank Ocean. He has not let me down with his singles.
And I'm gonna tell you, his Odd Future cohorts, the internet, killed it with Ego Death. That's an amazing record. So
I'll check it out. Yeah.
So they're from Odd Future Camp, the internet, and they made like the best soul album of last year, bro. So he might have been a little bit intimidated by that. Just to let you know, they got nominated for a Grammy and a BET award. Of course, they didn't win, and they should have, but that's whatever.
Yeah.
But So. Yeah,
I'll check it out.
Yeah. So I'm sorry that people got their emotions played with
upset
by Mr. Ocean.
But they're saying that and I'll close that story with they're saying that the album's going to be released in a few months. Now it's already been delayed twice.
You only got a few months left, dude. You only got a few months left.
I'm a little worried.
Year's almost over, bro.
Yeah. But here's hoping this works out, right? I mean, this is.
Do you know what the album's supposed to be called?
I don't know for sure yet. No.
But see, he was doing that to get attention and get a pulse to see where people are, to make sure they don't forget about you. And that's cool, but understand something. Out of sight, out of mind. Don't wait too long. Don't wait too long.
Don't wait too long. That's a good way to talk about this.
Yep. No, because you can get replaced. So, But yeah, like I said, the internet, his Odd Future family, that band, they came with it. So, yeah, you should check that album out, Ego Death. It's a great record. They've got like 3 records. They're part of the Odd Future Collective with Tyler and everybody. So, he needs to come with it. Because Channel Orange was a great album. So there's going to be pressure, but, do it. Just come with it.
Yeah.
Just get it out there.
I'm sorry. I did know the name of the album.
What's the name of the album?
Little, the brain fart kind of thing. The album's Boys Don't Cry, which I already have a good feeling about this one.
All right, we'll see. But if you're not going to do that, that's a Cure song, bro. If you ain't going to cover that song, I'm mad already. So if you're going to call it that, then you need to cover that song and do it justice.
So he's already set for disappointment.
Because that's a great song. So
we really have to go to commercial break, though. We have run way too long, but we'll come back with some more news for you guys.
All right.
And don't forget, November, if all goes right, Boys Don't Cry, Frank Ocean.
All right.
That was a moment in music, a new segment. All right.
Well, that's entertainment. So
yeah, it counts.
Yep.
All right.
Check out the show that's built on the MMA. From the UFC to extreme cage fighting, they got the fights covered. Check out the GSMC MMA podcast. Get the latest news on past or upcoming fights. Join us as we talk to and about some of the biggest names in the MMA, past, present, and future. When it's the fight game, there's just one show to check out. GSMCpodcast.com/MMA-podcast. Don't forget to like them on Facebook and follow them on Twitter. Visit GSMCpodcast.com for more info.
Hey everybody, welcome back. GSMC Entertainment Podcast. We just talked about a lot of stuff. I think we're doing pretty good so far, right?
Yeah, bro.
How would you grade us here?
Well, we're not going to get into all that. We got to do the podcast,
I'd say
dude.
B-. Let's keep going.
I know. We're not going to.
All right, B+, you're right.
No.
Let's keep going.
There is no grade. We're greatless. We're greatless and we're flawless. We're not flawless, but it sounded good.
Yeah, no, it sounds good. It sounds confident. That's what you need, right?
Yes. So this news story, the making of Katherine Heigl and Seth Rogan drama. Where do we start? So Katherine Heigl is expecting her first, I believe, biological child.
Yeah.
Because her and her husband, Josh Kelly, have adopted some kids. So pretty exciting time for them and their family. In addition to, they're going to add a member to their family that's already growing. So that's really cool.
She's craving a lot of sugar now. It's a thing, Katherine Heigl, craving sugar in pregnancy.
Definitely.
Yeah.
So apparently Seth Rogan has put an end to the feud that he had with Katherine Heigl. That looks like she kind of started in the first place.
Yeah, that's just...
So, the first thing we know, we can go back to the history of this back in January 2008.
Yeah, this started way, way back when with, Knocked Up coming out. And
right. So
Katherine Heigl said that she thought the film was a little sexist.
Okay, so first of all, you do this film with these people, and like the whole country watched it and enjoyed the film. And you say this about the film without speaking to the director and the writer about
Keith saying very unbiased.
Well, I mean, so let's read what she says. Quote,
yeah,
it paints
we'll
the women as
it.
shrews, as humorless and uptight, and it paints the men as lovable, goofy, fun-loving guys, she says. It exaggerated the characters, and I had a hard time with it on some days. Why is this how you're portraying women? 98% of the time, it was an amazing experience, but it was hard for me to love the movie. Why would you say that?
Yeah, it's she said in an effort to clarify, in People magazine later on back in December 2007, she said, I was responding to a previous review about the movie and the interviewer brought to my attention. She said, although I stand behind my opinion, I'm disheartened that it's become the focus of my experience with the movie. The truth is, it was the best filming experience of my career.
You say that now after how many years? Yeah, so, okay. Well, I saw the movie. I liked the movie. I didn't think it was sexist at all. I enjoyed
I liked it too.
Her role and his role. I thought she was a strong character in the film. So I don't know where that was coming from. That's why you got to be careful with those critics, man. You can't let them influence you. Yeah, man. Yeah, I don't know where that was coming from, but that did cause some bad blood with her, with Seth Rogen, and of course Judd Apatow. Because when you say something like that, then you're putting like a shade on them, and it makes them look like they're insensitive, people in Hollywood. And
it makes them seem like jerks.
Right. So, and nobody wants to be a jerk, especially if they're not.
I hate looking like a jerk.
Right. I know.
Yeah,
I know you do. So
it's a miserable feeling.
Yes. I know.
But, so it didn't end there, though. Later on, Judd Apatow guest starred on Howard Stern's show in July 2009, and he was promoting their film Funny People. So when he was asked about Heigl's comments, he was being very empathetic. He was being cool about it. He said, I think that she was probably just doing 6 hours of interviews and kissing everyone's, I can't say that word on here, expletive, and then just got tired and slipped a little bit. But then Rogan immediately said, I didn't slip when I was doing interviews all day, too. He said, I didn't say, once again, it's expletive. Can I say that?
Yes, you can
bleep?
say that.
Should I say bleep? Or
yeah, I didn't say bleep.
Make a squeak noise?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So?
Apatow then admitted he was waiting for an apology and said, you're like, at some point I'll get a call. Like,
Sorry,
I was tired, yeah. And then the call just never came.
Yeah, so there it is. And then Rogan says later, crazy things is kind of Heigl's bag now, and both take the opportunity to rip her film, The Ugly Truth.
Yeah.
So, but then says now that Rogan seems to let the feud go. So
yeah, while he was promoting 50-50, and this is, way back in 2011, he...
that's the cancer film too, right?
Yeah, it was the cancer film.
With, what's his name?
Oh man,
good actor.
Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
Yes, great.
Yeah, there we go. That was a good movie too.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it.
I heard it was really good. Okay.
Yeah, you got to watch it. You haven't seen it yet?
No, I haven't.
Oh, no tangents, but yeah, go watch it.
Okay.
So, anyways, she's talking. They're talking on to Shortlist, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he said he'd forgiven Katherine Heigl, and he said, I mean, you do so much press that odds are you're going to say something dumb, something stupid every once in a while, and one of them might wind up in a newspaper or magazine at a given time. So at this point, I'm more forgiving of that kind of thing.
Well, look, I commend you, Seth Rogan, because forgiving someone takes strength and courage, and it's hard to do a lot of times. So kudos to you for letting it slide. But I'm not buying that excuse, but I understand. So because you can be tired, but I've never been in that situation. Yeah,
she
was very detailed in her problem with the movie. That wasn't coming from being exhausted. She was direct and specific about why she didn't like the film when she said those things. So I'm not buying that, but I do think it's good if they squashed it. So I support that. And I guess number 4. So
Heigl, she kind of on the Howard Stern show, and this happened as soon as April. She took responsibility for her words, and she said, "I like the movie a lot. I just didn't like the character." She said, "Judd Apatow allows everyone to be very free and improvise." And afterwards, I was like, "Why is that where I went with this? What the heck is this? Like, I can't say, what. Like, she just basically didn't like the character she created, So she admitted that she should have called Rogan or Apatow and apologized, and she even thought about writing a note. She also said that she would work with Rogan again, but she guesses that he wouldn't want to work with her, which it's not entirely looking that way. So it ends up with the whole culmination so far is with Rogan appearing on Watch What Happens live on August 7th. Not too long ago, and he said, "Honestly, it was so long ago, and I've damaged my brain so poorly in the last few years. I have a hard time recalling even what it was about or who was supposed to be mad at who." And then Rogan went on to say that he had no bad feelings towards her, honestly. So as he said, as I was watching the movie again, he was like, we're so funny together, me and Katherine, and we're making the movie honestly. And I was like, I'll make a dozen movies with her. I would be whatever, the version of Tom Hanks and Meg Ryan is, whatever the crappy version of.
So
that
basically,
is.
he also said too that initially when it happened, he felt somewhat betrayed, the trust that he had for her. And that he actually prefers someone to apologize in person and not making it to a public, forum like for the media.
Yeah.
So and that's cool. So I'm glad that that's over, and maybe we will see them work together again because
I think it'd be nice.
It's a great movie.
Yeah.
And they did have chemistry, and like I said, I think maybe she was feeling a little too self-conscious, and maybe she might allow outside influences to influence her in a negative way because that's a great movie. So she was great and she was funny in that film. So
and Sausage Party's coming out soon. Seth Rogen's movie. I'm going to be really excited to see that. But they were a great pair together. I would not mind to see another Katherine Heigl Seth Rogen movie. So I hope things get worked out at least enough for them to work together again because it was a lot of fun.
Yeah, definitely. So we also have the news. So Jaden Smith is basically. Looks like he's packing on the public display of affection with his girlfriend at the Suicide Squad premiere last week, despite there were rumors of her cheating on him. So that's, Jaden Smith, Will Smith and Jada Pinkett Smith's son, who's also an actor and model in his own right. Apparently he's dating girlfriend Sarah Schneider. He went to Suicide Squad's debut last Monday. Like over a week ago.
Yeah.
And they were seeing basically they're just all over each other, despite the rumors that she had cheated on him over a year ago.
Yeah, there was a picture with her and this Atlanta photographer named Gunner.
Yeah,
he tweeted a picture of himself and Snyder in bed.
I saw that picture
with a caption. I told her, bro, and then he tagged Jaden Smith.
Ouch.
And the tweet was quickly deleted, but not before the Shade Room website got a screenshot of it.
Done, son. I would have been out of there.
Yeah, so Snyder, whose Instagram account was filled with pictures from her various shoots, has now changed her account to private.
Yeah, I bet she has.
Good way to go. Good way to go.
Yeah, so that was all messed up. And I believe she's actually a few years older than Jaden.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
Oh my, the plot thickens.
And if you guys like Jaden Smith, you're going to be able to see him. It's going to come out tomorrow, but for you guys, it's already going to be out. The Get Down. The
Netflix series.
That's coming out tomorrow.
Yeah,
I'm so excited.
Yeah, me too. I want to look. He's working, folks. He's still doing his thing. I think he's a good actor anyway. I like Jaden Smith.
He is, yeah.
So,
and we're going to get more into, I guess, the Get Down afterwards, but right now we're going to have to head to a commercial break.
Get Down.
Yeah, I know. So when we get back, we're going to wrap up the show. It's going to be fun, I'm sure. We'll see you guys very soon.
Are you telling yourself because you have to convince yourself, bro?
No,
yeah.
I'm pumping myself up.
It's
going to be fun. It's going to be so fun. I'm so excited.
Let me tell you, brother.
All right. You guys ready?
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Tired of searching the vast jungle of podcasts? Now listen close and hear this out. There's a podcast network that covers just about everything that you've been searching. The Golden State Media Concepts Podcast Network is here. Nothing less than a podcast bliss with endless hours of podcast coverage. From news, sports, music, fashion, cooking, entertainment, fantasy, football, and so much more. So stop lurking around and go straight out to the Golden State Media Concepts Podcast Network. Guaranteed to fill that podcast itch. Whatever it may be. Visit us at www.gsmcpodcast.com. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter, and download us on iTunes, SoundCloud, and Google Play.
Hey, everybody. Welcome back to the Golden State Media Concepts Entertainment Podcast.
Yeah. Welcome back, bro.
Yeah.
Yes. Golden State Media Concepts Entertainment Podcast. Oh, yeah. I'm Keith. That's Jordan. And we got more for you. We're about to wrap it up. But
very special episode 20.
Yeah. So, Star Wars, Daisy Ridley quits Instagram. So, this is this is unfortunate.
I'd say it's unfortunate.
I support her on this. So basically what happened, she went to the Teen Choice Awards, and she was very moved by a presentation of people who are on stage who were affected by gun violence. Jessica Alba was the lead speaker in regards to what was going on with this. And, and they urged people to get involved. So she spoke about this on Instagram. And shortly after she spoke about this on Instagram, she received criticism from different people who are saying, how dare you comment on this politically when you use guns in Star Wars? And I'm thinking to myself, first of all, what I do for my career in a fictional science fiction sense has nothing to do with what's happening to people across America today. So I hate that she felt so thin-skinned that she decided to just withdraw from Instagram. And then her other supporters were asking John Boyega, her co-star from Star Wars, who played Finn, to ask her to come back. And he's like, no, she's doing what's best for her. I won't be advising my friend to come back. He's like, she makes her own decisions. And as a friend, I support her right to.
Yeah,
and
you.
Yeah, and
you.
And good for him. But look, Daisy, we support you. You have a right to speak about whatever you want to speak about, and either people get it or they don't. As a young person, you should be self-conscious about what's going on with gun violence in America and all over the world. So just because you do Star Wars or you act or you might be whatever, your opinion still counts and it matters. So don't let these people who don't know what they're talking about affect you and force you to do something that you love doing to stop doing it, because apparently she shared all kinds of things on Instagram, about, her exercising, her workouts, her own physical health issues that she was having. She shared with her fans.
Yeah, no, I know what you mean. It's reasonable. I mean, I hate just kind of like the Leslie Jones things. I really hate whenever, actors and actresses that have, aren't even really causing a lot of problems. It feels like they're just being good people. You have some people that are scandalous, and then
she was just sharing.
You have Leslie Jones. You have Daisy Ridley.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, I'm on the same boat with you, and a lot of the fans that look up to them.
Yeah, she was just sharing her experience. She didn't say that she was pro or against. Yeah. She just shared her experience of going to the Teen Choice Awards and talking about how she got moved by it. So she was being consistent with who she is. That's all. So good for her.
Yeah, and I hope the Instagram comes back. back. I don't follow many people on Instagram.
Yeah, but if you come back, I will follow you.
We'll both follow you.
I think you were very genuine.
You get 2 followers into this.
Yeah, you were being very genuine. You weren't taking any sides at all. So good for you. Yeah. But we support you. And John Boyega sounds like he's a real good friend of yours to support you and say, hey, she has the right to make her own decisions.
Yeah.
So
definitely.
Yeah, but we wish you all the best success. But that's cool that you went to the Teen Choice Awards and you've been good to your fans. So
she has, and
we respect it.
Same with Adam Driver. A lot of this, I don't have a complaint with any of the Star Wars actors in these new movies.
They seem very nice and very grounded people. So sorry that happened to you, but we understand. Whenever you're ready to come back, we get it. So so don't let the haters hate.
But there's plenty of haters. There's plenty of Instagram.
We don't
There's
need
plenty
no
of entertainment.
Mary J all up in the place. Yes.
We're going to finish with one last article. This is also a Star Wars related article.
Okay.
2 in 1. I know. What's the surprise?
I know.
What's the catch?
I know. What's going on?
So this one is actually about the Star Wars series that's being talked. Now they were bringing up, should we do a Star Wars series? And an executive was like, "Yes, definitely. We're actually looking into it right now.
They're
thinking about doing it on ABC."
I think they're going to overdose. Look, I'm glad that Star Wars has a second life now. I'm glad we got Rogue One coming out later on this year. I'm excited to see that movie. But now, don't just give me Star Wars just to give me Star Wars. Give me a good reason for it. So don't give me too much where I'm going to get sick of it. So I'm kind of cautious now. I'm kind of weary. So So is there any particulars on this series yet or no?
Well, no, there's not a lot going on. They're still in talks with Lucasfilms. They're not even sure if it's going to do. I think it's going to be for ABC. Of course, Disney owned, but they're not. I think live action is what a lot of people are thinking because we already have an animated Star Wars show out.
Right. Well, and Star Wars is this type of franchise that could do a TV series on the ABC and have it be successful, as long as it's good.
Yeah.
So, like I said, just don't give me Star Wars.
It's risky though because you can't Star Trek. You could do a Star Trek show because Star Trek originally came to TV. So you're expecting that level.
Yes.
You can go that level of quality, but Star Wars has always been a giant movie. That's always been a huge motion picture. So it's going to be weird to go. One thing to go from TV to movie. You can go back to TV again, but movie to TV on such a large scale.
Well, and back in the day, we weren't getting enough Star Wars, and then George Lucas decided he's done directing. Now, all of a sudden, we got this whole new wave of Star Wars, and we're loving it.
We're getting the Star Wars every year.
Yeah, which is good, but like I said, just don't flood me now. Don't give me too much.
Yeah.
So, like I said, if you're gonna give me a series, make sure it's good. Don't just give me something just to give me something. So, okay. So
I think it's going to be exciting. I think the only way, for me personally, that I'm going to feel like this is really pulled off is if it's going to be like Game of Thrones level, This really has to.
It can't be on ABC.
Then it can't be on ABC. It's going to have to be on some kind of special
Star
channel.
Wars is
That's the catch-22.
Friendly, period.
I wish that Disney would
always
own
be family
HBO.
Friendly.
Yeah.
No.
It doesn't have to be like Game of Thrones, crazy scandals. I'm talking about the budget-wise, I think it's going to need a huge budget to do that.
Well,
something that a network television probably not.
I mean, if you're going to do that for a science fiction franchise, Star Wars would be the one you do that for.
Yeah,
Star Wars has been transcended throughout the earth. So, people who don't like science fiction still like Star Wars. So that gives you the power of it. So we'll see.
Yeah,
but so there's no particulars that just talk.
No, it's still in talks, but it sounds like it's going to happen. I think Disney's been doing a real good job of sticking Star Wars into everything now. I mean, we're getting a movie a year.
Up in your face.
We're getting Star Wars more games.
So we'll see what happens with Rogue One. I don't know how I feel about Rogue One. We'll see what happens.
I'm
excited. The trailer, I don't know.
I'm excited. I'm still I'm
gonna check it out.
I'm hopeful. I'm
gonna check it out, but I just don't know what to expect. So, all right, right on.
Well, you know what you can't expect.
What's that?
This
Jordan?
show to end right now.
Oh no!
You heard me.
Say it ain't so.
It is. It's so.
Oh, okay.
It's very so.
All right. We're
gonna have to head out. We're gonna have. Yeah, no, that's it.
Okay.
So I'll let you guys down easy. I'm going to tell you where else you can find us.
Where's that?
iTunes, Google Play, SoundCloud. Like us on Facebook. Follow us on Twitter. And don't forget GSMCpodcast.com.
Oh, yeah. Booyah.
Oh, yeah. So
there you go.
That being said, I think that covers everything.
Yes.
And I guess we just have to say goodbye now. So.
Yeah, thank you. We appreciate all of you who listen. Thanks again. I'm Keith.
I'm Jordan, and we'll see you out somewhere out in space.
You're messing around.
Go on, let's try one more time. We got this.
Dude.
Right.
We'll see you somewhere
out in space.